Well, today we have our 10th edition of the Microfinance lunch break, and these lunch breaks are targeting people who are interested in the amazing world of microfinance and microinsurance. So with these events we try and assure that the awareness is raising, that the interest is increasing, and as you see today we have 150 attendees, so this is a real success. We are very happy with that.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome at our Microfinance lunch break.
This is my 29th year working in microfinance, so want to try to share that with you. The original vision of microfinance and how it's changed, the good changes over time, and the issues that are coming up that are causing some discussion and debate. Microfinance is a social business to help the poor, and yet we don't really know what price we're charging the poor. That's been a mystery. And my organization is the first and only to go in and calculate the true prices we're charging. So we do transparent pricing in that we determine what price we are charging the poor. The clients are the very poor, mostly women, the majority women. You know this, right? We hold the power. And that's good in a business world, but in a social business world, it means that power obligates us to work with responsibility. It's been 6 years that we've been talking about limits and responsible practice, and during those 6 years, the industry has really taken a beating. If you look at any of the press, we used to be like, "Oh, you're all wonderful," and "Oh, you all deserve a Nobel Peace Prize," and now 90% of the articles are questioning what are you doing, and we don't. The sad part is that we don't have a good answer. We just say, well, most of us are doing okay. And then the journalist might say, well, which ones are doing bad? Well, we can't tell you. Just most of us are doing okay. Trust us. The trust us approach doesn't work. This is a challenge. This is a trick we've had. We've been sort of self-regulating. We've been saying, let us decide ourselves if we are being responsible instead of an independent outside party.
Now, one of the challenges for all those involved in microfinance is, of course, to look for himself whether or not these are responsible prices. How do you address this issue? How do you address the issue of making profit with microfinance? So a lot of questions that still have to be addressed, but I'm convinced that they will be addressed in the upcoming future. Thanks also to people like Chuck who really are investing in this area.
Don't say, well, I'm not doing anything bad. I'll let others worry about it. We need to engage, all of us, okay? So thank you for your time and attention. I'm sorry I went over a little bit. Thank you.
It's very surprising for me how what we call normal finance and microfinance, how they touch the same issues. The pricing, responsibility, transparency, all the questions Chuck touched is also a list of questions we're dealing with today in normal finance.
Well, I think that in terms of question that he's raising, the big question he's raising for the industry is what is an acceptable profit? I mean, the question is not very tough, but of course, this is a fundamental question.
Chuck Waterfield is a really good speaker, so it's really pleasant to listen to him, and I think the presentation was well illustrated and very dynamic, and I learned quite a lot today. So yeah, I'm happy about the presentation. I just have one little regret, is that there was no time enough for questions.
The speaker was very good in specifically, he's really living in it for many years, and he has found one of the key solutions, both financially, software and so on, to keep track of these important issues on the social and the financial profit of microcredits.
You do feel that he really knows his stuff. And the website he proposes, Microfinance Transparency, really gives a nice vision of true pricing, and I'm sure it could help the sector indeed.
The thing we should get out of this presentation is really that it doesn't matter if you are working in the academics or if you're working in the bank or wherever you're working, there are many things that we think we know, but then when you start looking at it in a gentle, normal, rigorous way, you realize that there is a lot of place for doubt, for questioning, and we should always have in mind that, the way to progress is to assume that we don't know much and there is a lot to learn, much more than okay, we know and we should deliver.